Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Baxter Student Ambassador Program webinar of our 2022 season. My name is Dan McDonald, Sales and Marketing Development Associate with Baxter Media, and I'm here with Bethany Lambert, one of our student finalists from Georgian College. Now, just before we get into things, I'd like to give an enthusiastic shout out to our program sponsors this year. We have Manulife, Propel, powered by Tourism HR Canada, ACTA, the Association of Canadian Travel Agencies, TIO, the Tourism Industry Association of Ontario, and SCAL Canada. Thank you for helping to make BSAP a continued success. I'd like to also let everyone know that at the end of this webinar, you'll have a chance to submit a question or two to our finalist. To do so, please type it into the Q&A section of a public chat box, which will be towards the right-hand side of the screen, and those questions will be answered in due time. And remember, this is a live session, so your patience is appreciated during any technical difficulties that might arise. And without further ado, I will now hand things over to Bethany. Welcome, Bethany. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for inviting me. It was really nice to be a part of the BSAP process so far, and I hope everyone will enjoy my presentation. I chose to do Australia for my topic for my presentation, but to kick things off, I decided to give you a little bit about me because unfortunately, due to some technical difficulties, I couldn't turn on my camera. So I just want to let you know there's a person behind the screen. So I'm a 20-year-old student just about to finish up my final semester at the Georgian College Tourism Marketing Program. And I was actually born and raised in England, but moved to Canada in around 2012. And I have a deep passion for traveling and experiencing new countries and cultures. So like I mentioned before, I'm doing my presentation on Australia. Australia is a beautiful country, and although it may be the smallest continent in the world, around 26 million people call it home. Australia features a diverse, wide variety of climates from rainforests to snowy plains, beaches, and more. The country of Australia is divided into 7 main areas, which are Western Australia, the Northern Territory, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania. To be able to fully sell Australia as a tourism destination to your clients, it's important to understand what each of these areas have to offer. The first area I'd like to show you is Western Australia. Western Australia is the biggest state in Australia, covering almost 1/3 of the landmass. Within Western Australia, you'll be able to find a multitude of vineyards, beautiful rock formations in the scenery, and crystal clear oceans. The destinations I'd like to highlight from this region are swimming with whale sharks in Ningaloo Reef, visiting the quokkas in Rottnest Island, and wind down with a glass of wine when visiting Margaret River. Ningaloo Reef is 740 miles north of Perth and is a spectacle in Western Australia. Ningaloo Reef has been named a UNESCO World Heritage Site and offers a multitude of outdoor tourism. The main attraction, beside the crystal clear waters of the reef, are the creatures who live within them. Whale sharks, manta rays, turtles, and even humpback whales are just a few that have been spotted in the reef and provide visitors the opportunity to swim and get up close and personal with the animals. There is also guided kayak and snorkel tours offered at the reef, or if swimming isn't actually your speed, you can catch these animals up close by visiting a glass-bottom boat tour. The next destination in Western Australia I'd like to highlight to you is Rottnest Island. Even though this island is only 12 miles away from Perth, you'll feel a complete shift in atmosphere while being in this tranquil area. This island can only be accessed by a small ferry ride from the mainland, which means there are no cars on the island, which makes it the perfect home for sea life and the adorable quokkas. While on the island, you can dive into its cultural heritage while exploring the biking trails and beaches all across the island. The island has over 63 beaches for you to explore, whether it be on or offshore, or even if you are feeling brave, you can take to the skies and skydive down on this beautiful scenic island. After a full day of exploring in Western Australia, you can sit down and unwind with a glass of wine at the Margaret River. Take in the breathtaking ocean views and limestone cliffs while enjoying wine in Western Australia's premium wine region. In this area, you can also take an inside look into the limestone cliffs and take a caving tour of the beautiful interiors and viewpoints. There is also a multitude of hiking trails in the area that may lead to many private secret swimming locations. Now, after seeing all the amazing opportunities Western Australia has to offer as a destination, let's take a look at the Northern Territory. The Northern Territory of Australia has more of a culture-based tourism clientele. Australia's first inhabitants arrived to the continent around 65,000 years ago and create their customs and cultures from region to region. Being in Northern Territory, your clients would be able to see an in-depth look of the continent's Aboriginal heritage by seeing the rock art left by the original inhabitants and learn how to make and even see the art created by local Indigenous people in the community. There are guided tours by the Indigenous guides of the area that will teach you skills and life of being a hunter or a gatherer for your family in their culture and how to prepare what the Aboriginal people would call bush food. In this experience, you'll be able to try some of Australia's unique food options like turtle, grubs, or even kangaroo. The Northern Territory is also known for its spectacular festivals and events versus the more upbeat supercar races held in June to the Darwin Cup Carnival. After taking a look at the cultural state of Northern Territory, let's take a look at South Australia. South Australia has made a name for itself by being the relaxed region full of natural wonder, wine, and shopping life. The first place I'd like to take you is Barossa Valley. Barossa Valley is known for being one of Australia's oldest wine regions and having over 150 wineries. It sure lives up to its name. While visiting the valley, you can sample wine made on your birth year or take a bottle to go on one of many of the scenic picnic areas. There is also a butcher, baker, and winemaker trail that exists in the region and takes visitors through a sampling process of fine cheese, meat, and wine. If you do want to take to the skies, the best views of Barossa Valley are through a hot air balloon ride for sunrise and a delightful breakfast to follow. The next destination in South Australia that I would like to highlight is Adelaide. Adelaide is slowly becoming the lifestyle capital of Australia with a small bar scene and also showcases world-class art and music. While visiting the city of Adelaide, there is a multitude of things to do and experience, such as the roof climb on top of the Adelaide Oval, where you can receive a 360-degree view of the city and see all the way to Australia's beautiful coastline and beyond. If extreme heights aren't catching your attention, getting the chance to explore the Adelaide Central Market will be. This market has fruit, vegetables, cheese, seafood, and international cuisine options for thousands to shop and explore each day. Adelaide also has a superb shopping scene from beachside boutiques to pedestrian-only retail areas. There's something for everybody to take away from this region. Now let's move on to our next area in Australia, which is Queensland. Queensland is home to more than 1,000 ecosystem types and is home to 5 World Heritage Sites. With the bright colors of the coral reefs and the dark greens of the Daintree rainforest, there is plenty to explore in the area. The Great Barrier Reef is over 1,400 miles long and is the longest coral reef system in the world and offers visitors chances to swim, snorkel, dive, or sail in its masterpiece. The Great Barrier Reef is home to a diverse amount of sea life, which brings marine biologists from all over the world to study and take in its spectacle. There is a tour experience in the area where you can snorkel alongside marine biologists and have a day in their life experience while learning more about the ecosystems and the coral located in the reef and the importance of conservation in their ecosystem. If you're not as interested in the water, Queensland also has the beautiful area of Daintree, which is the world's oldest living rainforest. This rainforest has lived for over 180 million years, and visitors can walk through this ancient area and find some unique experiences within. Within the rainforest, you can go spearfishing with a local guide, find the rainforest's natural healing powers in an Indigenous luxury spa, or float gently down the Daintree River. After seeing this beauty that is Queensland, let's travel further down the coast and take a look at the vibrant area of New South Wales. New South Wales is home to endless golden beaches and famous cities. New South Wales is also home to the iconic capital of Sydney. Sydney is known for its amazing dining scene and the iconic Sydney Opera House. Another part of Queensland is Newcastle. Now, don't mistake this for Newcastle, England. Newcastle, Australia has beaches, street art, and designer accommodations. Newcastle is Australia's second oldest city and has a hipster lifestyle with its glamorous beaches and keeps people coming year after year. Having street art showcased all over this area and having great local coffee shops and dining, it makes a unique destination to visit with more of a laid-back travel experience, but with even better accommodation. Now let's move on and see what our next state has to offer. Our second to last state is Victoria. Victoria is home to the iconic city of Melbourne, and having a food, culture, and sports scene, the city has enough to entertain visitors for days on end. Melbourne has multiple museums, and many showcase the sporting atmosphere due to the Australian Open tennis tournament, football games, and the Melbourne Cup being held here. If sports don't speak to you, you can check back to Federation Square to explore art galleries, pop-up markets, and bars. And if beaches aren't your scene, you can check out another amazing location in Victoria, the Australian Alps. The Alps are home to snow-covered gum trees, multiple downhill skiing trails, and other winter activities. The mountain range passes through 16 national parks, but calls Victoria its home. In the Alps, there is also small stores and communities to check out on the peaks of the mountains to see the local beauty and amazing viewpoints. Now we are moving on to our last state, which is Tasmania. Tasmania has such diverse natural beauty from its cities to its nature. Hobart has a daring art scene and diverse food and offers many unique experiences. In the food scene, you can eat fish and chips from a floating fish punt to fine dining globally in recognized restaurants. While in Hobart, check out the fascinating Mona Museum and see the process through art history from before to electric art history now. Moving away from Tasmania's city life, we can take a look at the natural beauty of Cradle Mountain, which is located in St. Clair National Park. This park offers world-class hiking experiences and life-changing connections with nature. While visiting Cradle Mountain, you can book an experience to meet the very shy but cute Tasmanian devils up close and personal in their protected conservation center located within the park. You can also take a horseback tour through the park's trails or even take to the skies and have a helicopter tour and view the mountains from above. Now that we have viewed all the aspects, attractions, and diversity that Australia has to offer, let's talk about how you as a travel agent can market this destination to your clients. When looking at tour operators that are heavily relied on for trips to Australia, you'd be looking at Expedia, Flight Centre, and Booking.com. These services provide a generic tour highlighting the most known attractions and accommodations for its clients, but being able to understand the unique experiences Australia has to offer, like its Aboriginal history and connection to wildlife, will help you have the competitive advantage over your clients and help you stay on top of the big name companies. Being able to access your schedule and partners from everywhere is key as a travel agent, and being able to handle last-minute rebookings and cancellations on a cloud-based network will give you the power to work from anywhere. A tool I would recommend to travel agents is creating a software that works for your specific needs with traveloperations.com. This software allows for you to access and network with partners such as Sky Travel and see their data sets while also building a specific work system that works for you and your client's lead. The following is a list of tour operators that are well known globally that travel in Australia. So Contiki Travel, G Adventures, which is based just outside of Toronto, Intro Travel, Luxury Gold Tours, which is located in Ontario, and Urban Adventures, which was based out of Vietnam. And as much as traveling to Australia seems light, fun, and breezy, there's many risks that can happen while on vacation. Having proper coverage for medical or other expenses is heavily recommended when traveling. Manulife offers travel insurance coverage that covers any sort of travel-related trip and insures its clients for medical emergencies, baggage loss, trip cancellations, and COVID-19 medical situations. You can adjust your plan based on if you want coverage for one trip or multiple trips in your future. And if you are under the age of 60, no medical questionnaire is required to be covered with Manulife. Manulife also offers 24/7, 365 days travel assistance to help their clients no matter where or when they need to access the site. In closing, when visiting Australia, your clients will be able to experience a wide variety of attractions and events and explore the wildlife and culture Australia has to offer. And by showcasing how you as a travel agent can market this destination to your clients and what tools are useful to help support your travel agents, you can ensure clients will be highly satisfied with the unique tour experiences and knowledge on the continent of Australia. Thank you for listening. And then these are my sources.
Thank you so much, Bethany. That was great. And if anyone has any questions at all, feel free to submit them to either the chat box or the Q&A box, which are both on the right-hand side of your screen. Just allow a couple minutes here for people to submit any questions or comments they may have. Oh, here's one. Bethany, what is your dream job?
I would love to work something in event management. I've always been more of a planning and organizing kind of person, and being able to travel and live out my dream in that sense, but also providing quality events, festivals, or planning experience would be a dream come true.
Amazing. Thank you. Just allow another minute or so just to see if any other questions pop up here. Okay, just give another few seconds here just to make sure. Laura Bowman from Baxter Media says, thank you for a wonderful presentation, Bethany.
Thank you, and thank you guys for giving students across Canada this opportunity. It's a really cool experience, and I'm glad to be part of it, even if I'm not the candidate chosen.
Thank you for saying so. And yeah, congratulations to you on being named a finalist. So I do believe that wraps it up, but I'd like to thank everyone that attended this webinar today. Thank you all so much for being here, and thank you, Bethany, for your fantastic presentation. It was great having you here virtually with us.
Thank you.
So we'll be in touch with you over the next couple of weeks. Take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Take care.